Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today on the left side here we have Kashtira, the big new threat of the set, and on the right side we have I'm piloting here Branded. I think one of the best decks of the format. It's a very good card, very crazy pile of cards, fusion cards. The two new sport cards that we got is absolutely insane. With the Rinbrum being able to straight up out the whole Kashtira board, uh, and Albaz being like a super poly on legs. So we're going to see some die rolls here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. We are trying to grow, hitting that 2K, growing strongly and slowly. But you guys' support, we can put out some new videos. And guys, any more content you guys want to see, just let me know in the comment section below. We're always looking for new stuff. We want to branch out soon, not just doing deck profiles and live duels, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, let's dive in. So here we're going to see that the Brandon player is just going to pass there. Not too good. They said it looked like they were going to attempt to set a card, but they chose not to. So maybe potentially letting the opponent know they have an imperm. They're showing with the camera what they got. And I think that card's pretty broken. They're going to switch something out the Fenrir. Activating the effect, it's going to get hit by an imperm. They're going to activate the Theos. We're going to chain the Ash Blossom there. They're going to activate the Shifter in chain. And they're going to be specially out the Rise Heart there, which you're able to banish to make the level 7. We did just waste 2 cards, and now we're down to 3. Looks like we have a lot of reactive cards and not attack cards. So they're going into battle phase, attack with both of them, I believe, and then they're going to activate the effect of Rise Heart in the main phase 2, banishing a Kashtira card from their deck to make that the same level, and then I banish top 3. They're going to banish the Unicorn there, so I'm assuming they either have a birth or a way to get to it. Or going to get to the Unicorn, I should say. They're going to overlay here for, I would assume, a Shangri-La. Setting 1 card and passing. So we draw for turn. Shangri-La effect can activate. And he knows where he's not going to get punished during game 1. We're going to chain the Ash Blossom. So we had double Ash. It is going to go to the Banish Zone. And we're going to be normal summoning the Albaz, activating the effect here, discarding the McCourier, which is going to trigger, which is kind of crazy. I like how under Shifter, the deck does struggle a little bit under Shifter, but being able to use McCourier is pretty cracked. Going for the Mirror Jade here, then we're going to see the McCourier effects activate, either adding a Blazing Cartesia, an Albaz, or the Albion. We're going to see them going for the Blazing Cartesia there, another crazy card. Enter battle phase and attacking with the Mirror Jade, and then we're going to be passing turn here, and now they are no longer under Shifter, which means Mirror Jade is live, and they're just going to scoop it up there. But they had another Theseus, which is kind of unfortunate. We did play each other earlier. This is a top 4 match here. So we know what each other is playing. We know what's in their decks pretty much. We did see we did go to game 3 the last time we played, so we do know each other's decks, and it makes for a more interesting gameplay. Like a lot of the time when you're playing against an opponent, you don't know what they're on, or you don't know their exact deck list. Like they might be able to change week through week. Like right now, I know he's playing Brave. So like playing Brave Kashtira versus like pure Kashtira is like a whole different kind of slew of things. Maybe you want to change your list. A lot of people change their list like right after every tournament, and see what how it's performing and stuff like that. Especially when it's like a low end tournament like this. Like this was a box event, so I guess it's a little bit more high risk than a regular locals, but definitely still like the pressure is on. And also, you're able to tell like what worked better that day. Like let's say like for side cards, for example, I change my side cards almost every like locals practically, seeing what sticks, I guess. But locals also is like for sometimes we have a lot of Sword Soul at our locals, so you'll see maybe like potentially token collectors on the side sometimes like that. especially like for decks that like do the milling. I remember Tier at one point was playing Token Collector, and I was like, oh, I can't feature this on my channel because you guys are like, well, why would you play Token Collector on the side? Like Sword Soul's not prevalent, but like at our locals, it was like 12 Sword Soul players once a Mama dropped. But you wouldn't be playing that like at like a regional level or like a YCS level. Unless now, I could see now people playing, bringing back Token Collector, especially if Brave Kashtira sticks around for a little bit longer. Um, you probably want to get rid of their token, so I can see it maybe sticking around a little bit. So moving on to game 2 here, we're going to see most likely the Kashtira player going to choose to go first. And I think we saw another D-Shifter there, but a handful of spells and a monster, which is D-Shifter, I believe. We'll start off by activating the Fateful. Activating the effect here, searching for the monster, then going to discard. We can safely assume they're searching for the temple there. They're going to discard the temple. Activate the temple to search for the Rite of Aramasir. This is the part where I think is interesting. Like, there's a potential that we do play Gamma in the side, maybe. I don't know. We can't really use it though, but we can also use like the lights. I don't know. We're really just testing it out here. He's going to just simply pass on this. So trying to keep that D-Shifter alive, which we should have known. We're going to normal summon the Aluber. Also, one token doesn't really do much. Activating the effect here, and he's going to search. He's going to be chaining the Fateful Avenger here, searching for the Draco back as well. We're going to search for Branded Loss, and he wants to read it again. Branded Loss is a card that you guys should be reading all the time when you guys see it, making sure that you guys fully understand what that card does, because it's a weird texted card. A lot of the branded cards are weird texted. So like you can still Ash Blossom Branded Fusion. It doesn't negate the activation, it just negates the effect. So we're going to see the Branded Fusion be activated here. He's going to activate a Shifter in Chain. And I think we took out one of our Mercuriers, but we're going to banish the Albaz, which makes sense. And go for the not for the Mercurier there. That's kind of weird. Here we're trying to choose what monster we want to fusion summon. We're going for the Lubellion. That's definitely a misplay there, because Mirror Jade cannot activate under D-Shifter, so we're going to go for Lubellion. We're going to go for Lubellion, and we're going to activate the effect, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, which is going to be the tragedy that we used to make the Lubellion, discarding the Lightning Storm, and then we're going to activate Lost as well here, adding the Adlib, Mercurier, and Fusion Summoning here. Going for the Mirror Jade, but we do not realize that you shouldn't really be going for Mirror Jade there. I think that we didn't realize that Mercurier as well as Mirror Jade can't activate under Shifter. We're going to attack for 48 here. And most likely just pass on this. We're going to draw for turn, and if they have a Kashtira monster, they're cooking. Sure, normal, or special summon out the Fenrir, that beautiful ultimate right there. And they're going to pick up Mirror Jade, making sure that, it does say that it sends for cost, so unfortunately you can't, because you cannot send a graveyard, which is very, very unfortunate. So I don't believe we have any form of interaction here, which, we should have just scooped it up if that was the case. I do not think that, we don't just lose to one Fenrir. We know he has a way to get to the token, a way to get the Griffin on the field. He has lots of stuff available to him. Can activate the Theosis. And yeah, at this point, we should have swooped. I don't know what's in our hand, but I definitely don't think we're playing through this one. I think the Mirror Jade and the Rebellion was definitely a wrong play. We should have gone for that Renbrum. But I guess you live and learn. We're going to see them go for the Rise Heart. I definitely think you go for the Rise Heart there. It's probably the best play. Yeah, go for the Rise Heart there. Here they're going to activate the tasking because we do Ash. The effect they're going to tasking going for the dimension barrier. Which is kind of weird they didn't Fenrir banish, which is very, very weird. And here they're after the Rise Heart effect. We are going to be banishing the top 3. And then they still have the birth anyway, so we definitely got outplayed there. We should have just not bothered ashing that Fenrir. Mentioning the unicorn summoning itself out. Then they're activate the right of Aramis here, summoning out that token, and then they're going to be able to activate the fateful effect if they wanted to search for the monster. Which here they're going to do searching most likely, or though they're searching for the unicorn searching here for the another copy of Theseus or Pius, whatever you guys want to call him. And here we ask, what do we know in his hand? He shows the D shifter or the D barrier and the. I think we know his whole hand at this point because we do also know that the whatever call is in there. The Drago back, so everything is known for us here. I think at this point we have Nib in our hand, but I don't think we can really play through it. Maybe we should have waited for him to go to attack or position. I don't know. I think it'd probably be wise for him to attack or destroy that Mirror Jade somehow, and then when he searches the Griffin, probably just nib him. So here, for the big eye, we pick up the big eye and read, and we're like, do we just nib here? Which is weird. It's in defense position, but I figure he's just gonna take the Mirror Jade, I guess. And here we just chain the Nibiru. Not very smart. But, that token's going to be huge. I don't think we can beat it. I really don't. That thing's just massive. It has 3K. It's also look what's getting attributed off here. We have Ulti Aluber, Starlight Mirror Jade, Starlight Fenrir, and not Starlight, Ulti Fenrir, and a Ulti Big Eye. First Ed. That's one high end Ulti token being summoned here. That thing's going to be huge. We're putting it in defense, and then we're putting our Nib in defense because we do not want to lose to it. And we know all the cards in his hand. Then he's going to search for the Griffin here. He's going to have to discard a card, which is going to be interesting. He's going to discard. Let's see, he was thinking of discarding the Theos here, which he's going to be doing, I guess, if you don't have any way of doing it. And then we're going to activate the effect of birth. Or no, it's going to be the effect of the Theosis when it's banished. It gets to add back a banished Kashtira. Then it's going to proceed to normal summon it because he has not normal summoned, and birth lets you normal summon it. And then equip the token onto the Draco back. or the Draco back onto the token, the Nib token there. Activate the effect, bouncing it back to my hand, and then he's going to be attacking with the Fenrir, activating the effect, banishing it, and then redeclaring attacking again. And setting one card, which we know is the D barrier, and passing on that. So we know he has Griffin in the hand. I mean, I don't think we can play it through D barrier. We're going to normal summon the Eluber, activate the effect here. He's going to just chain the D barrier. I guess trying to stop us from adding a quick play spell like Branded in red, but even at that point, or maybe like, I don't know, Branded in red would do nothing at this point here, so I don't really know why he would chain it, I guess, to be safe. I'm going to search for the Brand Infusion there. We're not going to even bother activating the Brand Infusion. But D-Beer, I don't think we can go through yeah, Fenrir banishes the guy face down, and here we just scoop it up. I don't even know why we really... Like, that Nib token could just kill us without having any kind of battle phase or any kind of, like, normal summoning or nothing. He just goes, okay, draw for turn to battle, and then attack. At this point, we're just burning down the clock, which is very, very bad because we need that clock to win. He's able to deal us some quick damage pretty quickly, and we need like the longevity of the game to like play out. Granted, like versus cash is not always, it's not like first whoever goes first wins, especially with like shifter and stuff like that. The deck takes both decks take a little bit to go once they do start going, they have so much control and power of the game. Unless the cash goes first and then they just set up Shangri-La or Rise Heart, then you're just done for. What do you guys think the best deck of the format is going to be? I know a lot of people think Mathmech is going to be doing a lot. Kashtira is like, I was told that Kashtira is going to be like the new tier 0 deck. I don't think it's going to, due to all like the stuff that those side deck hate cards. There's so many of them. I think Nib is obviously going to come back in the format very, very much. We're going to see it in a lot of people's side decks, especially because it does hit Sword Soul, but then Sword Soul is probably going to adapt to it, so they do not. They're going to go back to that bear instead of like the Sinister plays. People are going to be playing it more safe, I guess. I think we saw a Lava Golem there on the side of the Kashtira player. I mean, Kashtira versus Kashtira is probably not that bad, actually. Especially like how powerful a Rise Heart is. Like being able to summon it over any cash if a Shangri-La activates effects. A mirror match is probably so toxic. And then we do see him debating what's D-Shifter. Take it out. Please take it out. Like, D-Shifter's good, but with the new stuff, it's like, you shouldn't really be making Mirror Jade turn 0 anyways, to be honest. I think a lot of the time you don't want to be doing that. Rinbrum is an insane card. I think it has to come up to 2 just because cash, to be honest. It's like going to be like the main focus point of when a cash player rips your extra deck. That's what they're going to go for. Which is understandable because it does out their whole board. Especially under Shifter. Because, they just go, if they have both of them on the field, Shangri-La and the Arise Heart, it just outs it by going like Brand Infusion, dump Mercurier and Albaz, go for Rinbrum, Mercurier effect to add. You can add a Rise Heart if you want, or an Albaz if you want to, or anything else like that. And then you just go like Rinbrum effect, bounce, or negate the Shangri-La, bounce, or negate the Arise Heart, bounce the Shangri-La. And if you don't even want to bounce a Shangri-La, you can just normal summon the Albaz that you searched, activate the effect, and get a Mirror Jade. But you'll still be under the D-Shifter, so it's like, eh. But still pretty cool. We're going to see the Brandon player go first into the game 3. Normal summoning the Eluber here, activating the effect, searching for Lost. Are they going to get hit by a D-Shifter once again? You're going to activate the branded Lost here. And then activate branded Fusion. Will they get Ash Blossom? They're going to get shifted here. So, we definitely make the Rinbrum. Do not make the same mistake again. We are approaching time here. It's about 32 or 34 minutes into the match. It looks like we are putting down the Rinbrum, so saying that we are going to be summoning it. So here we're going to be sending the Albaz as well as the Mercurier. Man, Mercurier Disintegrator's cost kind of sucks. I wish you could do that under Shifter. We're going to search for the Mercurier off the branded Lost. I'm not too sure why. Maybe for follow-up. And he goes, why are you guys playing 2 Mercurier? And I explained to him because you need it off the Rinbrum and then Lost can search it. And then Blazing Cartia is going to be searched off of the Mercurier there. I don't know. I think that it's definitely needed. Like, you 100% do that now. Mercurier is 100% of a 2 of. Some people are playing Allure and playing 3 of it. I don't love Allure personally. I think that, it makes your deck lose a draw, which is not the greatest. Here we're going to set 2 cards and pass. Rinbrum being a crazy card. Not the best end board, but still a good end board through the Shifter. And we see a Lava Golem there. Going to go battle phase, and then end the battle, he's going to be activating the evenly matched. And here we just keep the Rinbrum. No, what are we doing? We definitely keep Rinbrum. That's just a misplay there. You keep Misbrum 20 times out of 10. Unicorn effect. And we kept an Imperm over a Rinbrum. What the heck are we doing? That's a misplay. And I fit the planet, being able to search here. I can't believe I threw that game there. That definitely is a misplay. You do not do that. Even if you're only on one, if you're on 2 Rinbrum, you definitely don't do that. I'm gonna Prosperity here. And we're like kicking ourselves in the shins. I guess, you don't want your Rinbrum to get attacked over. But the battle phase is done with evenly. So, like, why do you even care? And when they're banished face down, you don't have a way to get it back. Like, I don't know. Here we're going to see 6 cards. And definitely not choosing the evenly matched. I don't think Fenrir is the play either. I think that it's either the Ash Blossom or the token, that Rite of Aramasir. I can't believe that just happened. Like, you'd always choose it. If it gets destroyed, it goes face up in the extra deck. It gets face up in the banish zone. You just shuffle it back with the Lubellion. But what are we thinking? So you're going to choose between the Theseus and the Rite of Aramasir. You're going to add the right and activate the right, sending out the token, and then putting the Fateful Adventurer onto the field. It's crazy how, like, that was, like, huge. People were like, oh, yeah, Fateful needs to go to 2, or not Fateful, Rite of Aramasir has to go to 2, or whatever. And now it's, like, full power. We've never seen it get hit on the list at all. And it hasn't done very much. Like, it was in a bunch of pile decks, and it does keep coming back. But, like, the engine itself is not that oppressive. Here we're going to see the effect of the Fateful searching for the Griffin, and then you're going to be discarding a card. Which will be the Lava Golem here. You're going to special summon out the Griffin, which is going to allow him to have a negate. And that's going to be able to search for the Fateful Adventurer. It's going to activate searching for the Draco back. Just getting free advantage. Pretty good. And having a negate on the field now. So you have to play through that, which is going to be kind of tough. Getting so close to time here. He does not have a battle phase, luckily for us. But A negate, still a negate. We're going to draw for turn here. And what are we going to be able to play through? We're not under shifter anymore. We're going to activate the Lubellion here to search. I think we're going to search for a Sorinier or a Magnum at this point. We're going to search for the Sorinier, and we'd be hoping to dump Retribution, something like that. He's going to activate the Unicorn here, and at this point, he would just rip the Rinbrum if we did have one in the extra deck as well, which is kind of sucky. But again, maybe his best option here is Chimera, or maybe the Garganoggle, the Dusk Dragon, or Finale Dragon, whatever you want to call him. Grand Gulenol. Here's like just thinning down his choices, like what do I care about, what do I don't. There's a whole lot you just don't care about, to be honest, in the extra deck. I mean, you care about it, but like, what's a single like Masquerade gonna do against you? You don't care about that. You don't care about Brinbrum. I think that Brigand's is actually gonna be cut from the extra deck. I mentioned that in the deck profile. Maybe going for another Rinbrum, because I definitely think that card's a 2-of for sure. And we ask what cards do we know, and we reveal. We're gonna normal summon the Albaz, activate the effect here, send him a courier, but there's no cards we can fusion summon. Here we're thinking, oh yeah, we can make Rinbrum, because we don't see it in the face-up extra deck or the graveyard. So here we're gonna use them both. And we go, oh wait, shit, we can't. So that is an illegal activation here. So we did have to commit to the normal summon, unfortunately. But no effect, which is very, very bad for us. We're going to activate the Ecclesia in hand, and he asks what does we know. And yeah, it was so shit. We were trying to get the Mercurian Graveyard so we could search, but definitely cannot do that. He's going to be negating it. We send to the graveyard there. Not looking too hot for us. We're going to activate Banishing the Shifter. Something with the Sorinier, which is kind of bad because now we can be hit by another Shifter. We're going to enter battle phase, attacking into the token there. Then we're going to summon out the Lubellion, activate the effect. And that's going to be able to put a Regained or a Beast onto the field. And Sorinier is going to be able to dump the Regain, so I assume we're putting Beast onto the field. Well, yeah, actually, no. Lubellion's not activating the effect. Sorinier is dumping the Regained, and then Lubellion's going to be putting the Beast onto the field face up. During the end phase, Regained will be able to be put onto the field due to the effect of Beast. We definitely screwed that one up. There should be an Albaz still in our hand, unfortunately. We're going to attack into the Albaz and the Unicorn. And then we're going to be, during the end phase, we're activating the effect of Beast, popping the Albaz and the Unicorn there. And then we're going to place the Regained onto the field during the end phase. He's going to activate the Fateful effect. We look over at the clock, and we are approaching the 40 minutes here, so we're getting very close. He's going to activate the Temple, Sunning Temple, then going for the effect. Submit the token here. We should pop. This is what we should do. We should activate the effect to pop. You can activate the Draco back in our hand to target the Lubellion here. We should be chaining the Branded Beast to pop the Lubellion, which we do. Popping that token, and going to summon out the Rise Heart. We should activate the effect. So it's 10 seconds left. We should have activated the effect of Regain to summon out the Sorenir to protect our life points. Um, and then a Rise Heart wouldn't be able to attack. After the effect, it'd have to be a whole different story here. But unfortunately, we did not do that, and time just got called, and we are lower in life points. So unfortunately, we do lose. We're gonna try activating the Magnemite during our turn. It's very we're in the draw phase. Activate the effect and activate, and we're pretty much done for. Here we're like, oh well, what should have we done? And then someone said, oh, you could have activated a regain. We're like, oh shit, really? We read the effect and we're like, oh my. Anyways, we see here that the Kashtira player did win. Unfortunately, we did misplay, but that's what happens when you're in a rush, and it is the top 4 match, and there is heat, but it is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.